I've pulled a couple oracle cards to start, and the first thing I was hearing was, if you think that everything's going to be the same by the end of the year, you're wrong. And we have fire that came out first with meditation and release. And we also have Archangel Michael at the bottom of the deck. And there's this energy here about this courage, this fire, this activation happening. I'm getting this suppression of feminine energy. There's certain things going on here, like your digestive system might be significant as well, like digestive issues, imbalances. I was actually studying a lot of yang energy last night because I have imbalances in my system, and I study traditional Chinese medicine. So I was looking at like damp, cold, hot, like heat and cold and dampness, like, and how that plays a role in our bodies and our health. Fire elemental, meditation and release. There's like some sort of activation that's happening in October and is going to like thrust you or like push you. I'm seeing a swing, like push you forward to the rest of the end of the year here. And obviously going to carry over into the beginning of next year. So January might be significant as well. Or just like the first of the year. I don't know what this is, you guys, but there's this energy here of like meditation. Like this card says, I meditate daily to allow universal wisdom to flow through me. So this is speaking more so to like a spiritual practice or a spiritual I was going to say activity, but something that you guys do to connect spiritually every day. This time that you're spending or checking in with, like really placing your awareness on your spiritual connection, your higher self, your intuition, like really just checking in with yourself more. And we have release here. Let's see what you're releasing. What are they releasing, Spirit? For the highest good of all and with harm to none. For this collective, what are they releasing? Eight of Wands. I'm hearing like releasing the constraints that you're putting on things. Like when you operate from the belief of like this is going to take a long time, if you operate from that belief, you tend to kind of like take your time because you're like, well, it's going to take forever, so I'm just going to, you know, leisurely do this. Whereas when you operate from the belief of like everything is possible and it's more about my consistent energy, like the energy that I show up consistently in this conviction, in my certainty, in my courage, is what will be reflected back to me. So it's more so like something you're doing consistently, and it could be a spiritual practice. But I'm getting you like, yeah, the sun just popped out, you guys. This is kind of giving the energy of like you were holding on to some sort of belief that limited your, like how you perceive your manifestations to happen, like the how and the when. There's something about how and when, like certain beliefs that you hold about like, oh, it's going to take a long time, or it's not going to happen now, or I don't know what this is, but something limiting that has to do with like movement and progress. And we have the sun, which is freedom, which is that being cleared. It's the sun coming out again here. It's leading to your confidence, your success, your freedom, happiness. Like whatever belief, it's like you, literally the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Hold on, I'm going to save that thought. Two of Swords and the Page of Swords just came out. Okay. Yeah. Whatever this is, it's like you've made a decision to plan. You've made a decision to move forward, to take this seriously, to be more consistent in something because that belief is no longer there. Or throughout by using your spiritual connection, you have dismantled or dissolved some sort of belief. You've shown your brain and your body that that's not true, or it doesn't have to be true. And therefore it's resulting in you showing up differently. I just had to pause the video because my man had to come into the room, but right when he left, I heard you could also be dismantling some sort of belief at this time that has to do with like, well, in order for me to experience this, it's going to like it's as a result of putting in so much hard work and grinding and sacrifice and all this stuff. And that doesn't mean that we might have to reorganize our priorities or sacrifice time or something like that in order to divert our energy towards this, whatever it is for you that you want to achieve or that you want to change, like whatever it is on your mind that you expect to change by the end of the year. It's like this belief of like, oh, well, this can only happen if I'm in my masculine energy of like grinding, of hustling, working really hard. And there's this energy here of like realizing that you can have fun and experience what you want. Like there's this belief here that like it's going to suck or it's going to be really hard, and when you operate from that, you kind of start to expect that. Yeah, time. Okay, timing is very significant here, and that could be it. It's going to take a long time, when in reality it might not, you know. And when you realize that, and when you dissolve that belief, you start to operate differently. The energy of time supports our understanding of the relativity of time and our capacity to be in the present moment. So now I feel like this collective, instead of saying like, oh, I'll put that off, or like I'll get to that, or eventually if I'm lucky this will happen, you're more so looking at like, okay, how can I take advantage of the present moment? You know, in this moment right now, what do I want to do? What's calling me? Now that I'm connected and I'm consciously aware that I'm in the present moment, what is the present in this moment? What is the gift in this moment? What is the thing that I can, like, what am I being called to do? What would I do right now if I already had all the things that I desire? Like, what would I want to do right now? Or how would I want to spend my time? Or what brings me joy? And you're following that excitement, instead of saying like operating from this identity of like, I don't have it yet, so I can't feel that way yet. You're now saying it could happen at any time, and I'm the catalyst for that change. And the more that I show up in the ways that I want to show up, the more that I do the things I want to do, the more that I prioritize myself in the ways that I know are going to reciprocate back to me in the ways that I want, you know, you're operating from that now, instead of these limitations. Literally, divine feminine at the bottom of the deck. There is something, you're reconnecting with your feminine energy, and this is so crazy because this is what I realized was going on physically for my health last night, is that I have a very large suppression of yin energy, which is feminine energy, and it's resulting in like this damp, cold environment in my body, and so it's slowing down digestion, and it's slowing down my liver, and it's slowing down like all these things. And so that makes sense based on the symptoms that I'm experiencing right now, which is like bloating and sluggishness and oversleeping and constantly tired and all these things. Like, you're starting to visualize what this can look like if you were happy and you were having fun while it was happening, while you were manifesting it, while you're building this, while you're getting towards whatever it is, instead of picturing and visualizing you suffering and hating it and it being so hard all the way there. You're now like, I'm seeing this lightness come through, especially with the release card and the divine feminine, of course. I feel called to read this to you. Divine feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side, facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos.